In November last year, a video emerged, apparently showing a guy in a high-vis vest hammering a chisel into the mortar that separates the huge limestone blocks on the Great Pyramid structure. At the time, the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities said this work was to remove mortar placed here last century, and that mortar was encasing electrical wiring that is used for lighting and air pumps in the Great Pyramid. But that might not be the whole story, as Egyptologists, appalled by the footage, have now raised mismanagement concerns regarding this work on the Great Pyramid. Wait till you hear this. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a symbol of heritage, under threat? The recent footage of a worker hammering and chiselling at the Great Pyramid of Giza has sparked outrage and deep concern among Egyptologists and heritage experts worldwide. The video went viral in November of 2024, and it shows a construction worker removing mortar and chipping away at the ancient stones of the Great Pyramid, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the last remaining wonder of the ancient world. This incident has become a flashpoint for debates about the mismanagement of Egypt's cultural heritage and the Great Pyramid, raising questions about the balance between modernisation and preservation. This video, captured by tourists and shared widely on social media, it triggered immediate backlash. Egyptians and international observers alike expressed disbelief and anger, with many accusing the authorities of negligence. This incident has even escalated to the Egyptian Parliament, where MP Amira Abu Shoka demanded accountability from the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. Shoka criticised this incident for ruining Egypt's tourism reputation and the country's image, while also fueling rumours about the potential demolition of parts of the Great Pyramid. The Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities quickly issued a statement clarifying that the work was part of a project to modernise the Great Pyramid's lighting system. According to the ministry, the workers were removing modern construction material such as cement and electrical cables, added decades ago and not the original ancient stones. Despite these assurances, the public outcry persisted, with Egyptologists and heritage experts questioning the lack of supervision and adherence to international preservation standards. Egyptologists have long warned that mismanagement poses one of the greatest threats to Egypt's cultural heritage. Monica Hanna, a prominent Egyptologist, described the incident as symptomatic of a broader issue. She emphasised that the lack of proper protocols and oversight could lead to irreversible damage to ancient sites like the Great Pyramid. She pointed out a controversial plan to reinstall ancient granite cladding on the Pyramid of Menkaure, which was halted in February 2024 due to international concern. And this is another example of poor decision making. Salima Ikram, a professor of archaeology at the American University in Cairo, echoed these concerns. She stressed that any work on the Giza plateau, whether it involves removing concrete or installing lights, must be carefully monitored to prevent destruction and loss of archaeological data. Ikram also criticised the recent development projects on the Giza plateau, including a new highway and restaurants, which she argued disrupts the historical landscape and threatens the integrity of the Great Pyramids of Giza. This incident at the Great Pyramid is not an isolated case, but part of a larger pattern of conflicts between development and preservation in Egypt. The government has been pursuing ambitious infrastructure projects. This includes a high-speed rail line that cuts through significant archaeological sites like Abydos, and a highway that impacts the pyramids at Dashur. While these projects aims to boost tourism and economic growth, they have raised concerns about the potential damage to less visible heritage sites such as underground ruins and tombs. Steve Harvey, who's an Egyptologist and director of the Athmos and Titi Sherry project at Abydos, he expressed particular concern about the impact of these projects on lesser known sites. He noted that developers and construction workers often lack the expertise to recognise the value of such heritage, leading to unintended destruction. This controversy has also reignited discussions about the need for stricter adherence to international preservation standards. Egyptologists like Monica Hanna and Bassam El Shama have called for greater compliance with UNESCO regulations and the Venice Charter, which provide guidelines for the conservation and restoration of monuments. Hanna highlighted Article 9 of the Venice Charter, which emphasises that restoration must be based on respect for original materials and authentic documents. She lamented that Egypt's current practices often fall short of these standards. This incident at the Great Pyramid of Giza, it underscores the delicate balance Egypt must strike between preserving its rich cultural heritage and pursuing modernisation. While the government's efforts to attract tourism and boost the economy are understandable, they must not come at the expense of the country's irreplaceable ancient treasures. This outrage amongst Egyptologists and the public, this serves as a stark reminder that heritage preservation requires careful planning, expert oversight, and a commitment to international standards. As Egypt continues to navigate this complex terrain, the world will be watching to see how it safeguards the legacy of one of humanity's greatest ever civilizations. In the words of Salima Ikram, any work on the Giza plateau must be carefully monitored, as there is a scope for destruction and loss of data. The Great Pyramid is a symbol of human ingenuity and endurance. It deserves nothing less. The Great Pyramid of Giza has been the centre of controversy and public outcry this week, following the circulation of a video showing workers using hammers and chisels to remove materials from the ancient structure. This footage has sparked outcry worldwide, with many people accusing the workers of damaging the over 5,000-year-old monument. The incident quickly escalated to the Egyptian Parliament, where MP Amira Abu Shoka demanded accountability from the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, calling the incident a blow to Egypt's tourism reputation and cultural heritage.